Hey, book club besties.
From Scrubs to Book Club, we're two burnt-out healthcare workers who love to yap about books. I'm Katie.
And I'm Star, and welcome to Aimless Attention Podcast.
Today we are covering the second book in the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver, Heartless. So, spoiler alert for any book in the Chestnut Spring series. I don't think we'll be bringing up any of the other Elsie Silvers other than I may make a reference to Wild Love, but it's not a spoiler. So, just a heads up there. So, Heartless follows Willa Grant and Cade Eaton's love story. We first met Cade in Flawless, which was Rhett's story, and he is the eldest of the Eaton boys. And he is known...
I'm gonna be eating me some boys.
I have to say, Heartless is a lot of people's favorite in this series.
Yeah, it's good. I'm trying to think. I haven't finished the series yet.
Yeah, you saw Beau's book.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. I was like, but he definitely...
The mouth on Cade Eaton is pretty damn good.
The mouth on Cade Eaton.
The mouth and the facial hair, as Willa would love to say. So Cade is the oldest. He pretty much has this personality type where his mom died when he was really young. She died in childbirth with the youngest Eaton, Violet, who we meet we meet her in Off to the Races in the Gold Rush Ranch series. But
I want to start reading that one too. I'm just love stories or little pieces to take little bitty bites of love stories. Star's not a lovey-dovey person.
Yeah, I don't think we get any Violet in person until Powerless. I think we see Violet in person there. In Reckless, I think Rhett talks to her on the phone, but I don't think we see Violet in Heartless. Or maybe we do. Did she come for Luke's birthday?
I was thinking she did, but if she does, it's not really as memorable as like the mom. So if she does, it's like a little bleep. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why. But in Powerless, she goes out for like the girls. So yeah. So I don't think but we do get glimpses of her because he does in
Flawless.
Reckless.
Oh, Reckless.
I had to think of the book. In Reckless, he does talk to her on the phone about coming back and like taking care of the horses or something. No, she was taking care of her horses or something. He talks to her on the phone about something to do with like something like where you need to come back to the ranch or something. Yeah. And there's like a whole discussion, but that's about the only. And then you get like a little snippet of her like the baby sister, and they all kind of like dote on her, which has got that like baby sister attitude.
It's kind of cool because Willa and Cade are kind of the ties to the whole Eaton family is, but the ties to the Gold Rush Ranch and the Rose Hill series, because Willa Grant is Ford Grant's sister, and Ford Grant's book is Wild Love in the Rose Hill series, and then we get Violet's book is the second, which is a photo finish in the Gold Rush Ranch series.
That's
so
cute.
It's kind of cool to get like these two kind of tie each other together for all three series. But basically, the opening plot of this book is the fact that Cade is going to be working the horses, as usual, working the ranch, and he needs a babysitter for his 5-year-old son, Luke. And he's in the process of interviewing lots of women who want to be a babysitter for Luke, or Luke's nanny, but they mainly want to be there for Cade. Not
The other problem is the nanny now is getting too old to keep up with, like, his son is super energetic. But I also... Is he super energetic or is he just a boy? Because they kind of like, it's kind of a mixed thing because little boys on ranches, because I know this because like I have lots of friends that have like lots of property, and little boys, man, if you let them fucking loose, like no shoes out trying to ride horses is a real thing. I don't really think he's like, oh, I'm like a little terror. I think he's just like, they kind of make him out to be, but I think he's just a boy.
I think he's just a normal 5-year-old.
I think he's like, that has a shit ton of like, hey, like I got all of this area to run and play. Like, but like the nanny's just getting a little too like, didn't she raise them?
She raised them too. Yeah.
See, there's a point where she's like, I'm done.
The people who are babysitting right now are Harvey, who just lets him do
whatever the hell he wants. He's like, cookies for dinner? Let's do it.
Yeah. Harvey's like, this is great. I'll hang out with my grandkid whenever.
Ice cream for breakfast?
Cade's like, I love you, Dad, but no, you need to just be Grandpa because you're really good at that. But like, I don't need him to have Grandpa all the time. I need some parenting as well. And then the nanny, I can't remember her name, but she had raised them as well too. So she just can't keep up with him. He's too crazy. And Summer's been helping out as well. But Summer has her gym that she opened up in Chestnut Springs, so she has her stuff going on.
Yeah.
So she's like, I can't watch them all the time.
Farmers do not even farmers, ranchers do 15, 17-hour days easy.
They're really long days.
Like they get up at 3 a.m. to do their start, just to feed the animals takes,
I think Cade was up by 3 or 4 and came back around 4 or 5.
Okay.
So he was
not
12
bad,
to 13-hour days that he was doing.
That's a lot. That's physically hard though. Regardless, you're exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to bed by 8. You're
because he wanted to be home in time to make sure he made dinner and all that kind of stuff.
That's right. But that's not normal. Most of them have wives that are already cooking dinner that come home and they're like, yay, dinner's on the table. But okay, so do you think that not only does he have control issues, but do you think the fact that his mom died, he was the oldest and he raised the other kids, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that he had a slight bit of maybe some undiagnosed something that kind of made him a little because he's a little too
I think he was in a situation where his dad was doing his best to try to take care of everybody, but it's a lot to take care of.
Yeah.
And his mom died, so I think he had kind of a lot of chaos happen around him all of a sudden, and the only thing he could do was take control.
Yeah.
And so he spent his life just taking control and feeling responsible for everybody else's actions. We see it in Flawless with him with Rhett, where he's just you are such an asshole for continuing to go out in the rodeo.
When everybody's at home waiting for you not to die.
Yeah. And so we see Cade really kind of grappling with that fact. And also he's a single dad. He is solely responsible for this kid.
Yeah.
And the entire ranch, because Harvey, I think, got injured. So he took over the ranch. That's what happened. So Harvey now lives on the ranch and he'll help out with stuff, but it's not to the extent of what he was previously doing.
I get it. I guess it's something in my brain is I don't know. You needed a little release.
Yes.
It's coming.
Well, Willa will make sure that happens. Yeah. So we meet them. He's actually interviewing a nanny, right? Pretty much at the beginning of the story.
Yeah.
And the nanny's yes. So he's interviewing the nanny and she says, I'm going to teach him knitting. And he's like, you're going to give a 5-year-old pointy sticks and get him to sit down long enough to learn how to knit. That's going to work. Okay.
Swords. I'm over here I can come up with 20 different ideas.
Yeah. And he's immediately reject, bye. You're not going to be the nanny. And Summer's dude, you need to pick one. I can't keep watching your kid. And he's like, if I could just find someone like you, then it'd be fine. And Summer's like, oh,
I got you.
She says, I know someone who's really good with rowdy boys.
I know. The way she words it was great.
And Cade's like, okay, sounds good. Just bring her in. I have to get to work and stuff. But he's I'm so stressed out. He goes to coffee. He goes to get the coffee shop and he gets behind this redhead he's never seen before. And he just keeps thinking about how attractive this girl's laugh is.
The other thing that you have to remember too is that this town is so tiny that a redhead you've never seen before is a huge deal. Everybody is who is this chick?
Yeah.
Especially a redhead. That sticks out like a sore thumb, man. She's just in there and everybody is who are you? So, and doesn't she not? No. She does give her name.
Yeah, no, not during this. So he's behind her and she's giggling and laughing and all this stuff. And he's like, God, she's so attractive. And he's like, her ass is amazing. Everything about this girl is just so attractive. And then she goes and orders her stuff and he is hoping to hear her name.
Yes, but doesn't she give it? But he zones out because her chonies drop on the floor.
No, what happens is, she drops her underwear trying to pay for it.
Yes,
right. So he gets distracted by that, and
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking he was distracted the whole time.
Well, no, what happened was he doesn't hear the name that she gives because she says it quietly enough, but by the time they're calling for her coffee with her name, the mixer, the smoothie machine's going off.
Yeah.
So the blender's going off, so you can't hear it.
Yeah.
So he's like, damn, I don't know her name. And so she drops her panties and she's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, all this stuff. And he's like, okay. And he's holding them for a while. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And he's like looking down and realizes, oh shit, I'm just holding this girl's underwear. And then she picks up her coffee and he's like, do you want these back? And she's like, finders keepers, and leaves.
I fucking love her.
I love Willa. Willa is so carefree and fun, but also like she's such a, I don't know, she's just such a loving person and so observant as well. And I don't know, I think Willa's amazing.
Yeah.
We only really got to see her a little bit in Flawless between text messages where she's just like, did you fuck the cowboy
Yeah,
yet?
I know. That's what I loved about her, though, because I was just like, I'm that friend. I'm like the friend that's like, we're out to what was it? Boozy brunch?
Boozy brunch, yeah.
Yeah, we're out to boozy brunch. Did you do it? God. You know, like that would be me. But I would still also, she's like way too carefree. Maybe in my 20s. I'd have to ask my friends and be like, how bad was I in my 20s?
It's like I wish I was Willa Grant, but I'm just not there.
No.
I'm definitely Sloan in terms of this. But so that's their interaction. He's like, he just like sticks the panties in his back pocket and leaves. And later on, Willa's coming into town to visit Summer. And so then Summer's like, I've got a job for you. And she's like, because Willa's Ford got famous off of his he's a recording he has a recording studio and stuff that he sets up in Rose Hill, and he had what had happened was he discovered this band or whatever and he blew up, and so he's doing really well, and he owned the bar that Willa was working at as a bartender. And he's closing the bar for renovations for the summer. So she doesn't have a job anymore. Not that
but
she needs
her
the
parents
money.
are like...
Her dad is the drummer for Full Stop,
Yeah.
and her mom is a sex therapist.
Which is why I think she's like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. Like,
Yeah,
sex is not a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
everybody, like...
She's very open
Yeah.
and
But I think if
free
your
with her
parents
body.
come into the house, like, always like, oh, if you do this... Well, I'm not 100% positive. I'm just speculating.
I think they were very
that you
open
have
people.
an open relationship. It makes you less like...
Yeah, I think they had very open, honest conversations with their kids. And so, but
Yeah.
the funny thing is, I can't wait for you to read Rose Hill because Ford is so the opposite of Willa. It's like hilarious.
He strikes me that way.
Yeah, and so
Like, he's more like, no, we don't talk about that. Like, just because, like,
he's
mom
just
and dad did
he's
it.
just a very like stiff guy.
Yeah.
Like he's really funny compared to Willa. But so Summer's like, okay, like because Willa said, like is thinking in her head like my show horse got injured, so I can't like go do shows, and that's what I was gonna do, and now I don't have anything to do, and I have enough money, so it's not like I need to have a job.
Right.
And so then she's like, why don't you just stay here in Chestnut Springs? We can do boozy brunches all the time, and you can watch this kid. And she's like, okay,
Watch
I
this
guess.
kid.
And then
Why
she's
not?
like,
Sounds like a good freaking summer. I mean, you get to go basically on vacation and you get to help somebody like...
well, she's like, where am I going to stay? And she's like, at his house. And she's like, is it the asshole brother?
Yep,
or is it
it's the asshole brother.
And she's like, well, it's Cade. So, yeah.
Wait, I mean, like, how else are you going to, like, okay, so, like, Bo's obviously gone. I can't remember his name from Powerless.
Jasper.
Jasper is, like, at the ice rink.
Mhm.
I'm already married, and he's living we're living in Grandpa's house.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you expect to stay?
Yeah.
Or I guess Dad's house. Grandpa's how I think of it because of the baby. But,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So, it's
you know,
like, okay.
it's like, I mean, technically, you could stay in the big house.
Yeah, she could stay at the big house. And she does later on. But,
I mean, but why not stay at Daddy's house?
so
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. And so Summer's like, let's go to Cade's and let's go talk to him.
Oh, let's go do
And
it.
And she told Summer the story about Panty Guy. So then Cade opens
Oh, yeah,
the door.
yeah, yeah. She tells it. I forgot. Okay, yes. But she doesn't know that Cade is Panty
Cade
Guy.
doesn't know she's Panty Guy.
Yes.
And then Cade opens the door and is just like, no. He just immediately tells Summer, no. And then Summer's sitting there like, he's Panty Guy? And then Luke comes out and he's like, Dad doesn't wear panties. He wears boxers, but like the tight kind.
The tight kind. What's crazy is that, like, you're not supposed, these are inside. Like, you keep these to yourself, buddy.
Willa has a conversation with Luke later. It's when they're going to go buy the heads of lettuce and they run into a girl that had interviewed to be the nanny. And he was like, my dad said he'd rather roll in horse manure or something than hire you or something like that.
I just love it.
And then the lady was like, what? And then like walked off really like embarrassed and stuff. And then and Willa's like, as much as I enjoyed that, I need to like also kind of parent this kid. And she's like, hey buddy, that was a bubble thought. So sometimes we say things or we think things and we need to keep them inside.
No,
so it's just like
Star
comic
has
books.
bubble thoughts all the time, and they just spill out into the microphone.
So that's that's Luke's first bubble thought.
Right?
is my dad wears tight boxers.
He wears briefs, buddy.
He wears briefs. And Cade's like, this is not happening. And then Summer's like, come on, just like let Luke come play with us. And Rhett's there like, well, let's hang out and have a beer. Like, it'll be good. And then that's when he gets to watch like Willa have the first interactions with Luke where he's like climbing the tree.
They climb the tree, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't she climb with him though?
Yeah, so he climbs it and he's like, I'm so scared. I don't know how I'm going to get down. And she's like, well, you just got to climb down, buddy. Like, it's okay. I'm right here. And if you fall on me, we'll both fall together because there's no way I can catch you. And then he ends up getting down and then she climbs up too. And he's like, you went up so high, Willa. That's crazy. And Cade's like, damn it. Why is she good with my kid? And Rhett's like, I think Rhett had told Summer, or I think it was Cade had told Summer he would consider having Willa be, or whoever it was, be the nanny for him. And then he was like, Rhett's like, you need to text my wife back. And he's like, you're not married yet. And she's it's basically the same thing. And so he's constantly just spending the whole book referring to Summer as his wife already, which is like super cute of Rhett. I love that like Rhett and Summer are like the total immature babies of the group.
But they are the baby. No, I guess Violet's technically the baby. He's the baby of the boys.
But Violet's, he's totally has like youngest child syndrome, but
like
he's
really
like
bad,
but
even though
like
he's not the baby. I always think he is. I'm always like, he is the baby.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, how did his mom die? He's the baby. Like, yeah, I don't know.
But so then Willa accepts Cade is like, fine, she can work here, whatever. He ends up,
she goes to the main house the first night though, right? Because he's hoping she doesn't make it on time.
Yes.
He's
waiting
there
on the porch the next morning.
Yeah.
He's like, she's got 6 minutes. She's gonna be late, and I can just like ream her about this. This is the thing I'm gonna catch her on, and then I can just send her back to the city.
She starts rolling in her Jeep. She's like, "Who's got what, baby?
Her red
Don't
Jeep.
you worry."
And he's like, "Damn it." She watches Luke that day and stuff, and then he has this whole conversation with her about how he's like, first of all, you need to put panties on, and she's like, okay, I'll tell you. And he's like, I need text updates all day long of what you're doing. And
I'm
she's
wearing
like,
panties. Don't you worry, Daddy.
She's like, do they do that at school? And he's like, well, I trust them.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And then she's like, okay, whatever. So she like gets up and starts like putting her water glass away and stuff. And he's like, wait, Willa. And she's just like ignoring him, and then goes into her room, and he's like, what are you? He follows her, and that's when we first see the line that is the carpet versus the hardwood, and the brass line in between her room and the hardwood. And he's like looking at it like, that's a line I don't cross.
Yeah.
Because he constantly is like, she's so fucking hot, but she's too young for me.
Is she though?
Because
I mean, I get it though. I get it. I'm the same way. You've seen me be like, swipe.
I have seen you on your dating site.
He's 40. Too young.
Too young for me.
He's not that much of a baby, but he's too young for me. I guess I kind of get it. I don't know. I've never met anybody that was like, oh my God, he's only that much younger. I don't know.
And
but Willa, you do have to make like lines. Like you have to draw lines on the sand, especially in this situation.
Well, yeah, and also a side note for the age gap, Willa's always like, I've always been attracted to older dudes.
Dude,
like
me
this
too.
is just my type.
Me too. I get it.
And but so he's like staring down at the line, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm packing, because if you're gonna be an asshole to me, there's no reason for me to stay here. If you're not gonna be respectful and like trust that I can do this, and there's no reason for me to be here. And he's like, no, please. He's like, stay. And she's like, beg. And he's like, please stay. And so that's kind of sets it in motion. And then the next morning, he's like, oh, there's no sweets at certain times. Like he's like lays all the ground rules for Luke, right? And so then the next morning, she's like, they're staring at the mixing bowl that's full of the entire bag of chocolate chips because she forgot that 5-year-olds don't have the best coordination. And he's like, we could put some back in the bag. And she's like, I don't think we can. And he's like, then I guess we just...
Not when they're mixed into dough. You're stuck.
And he's like, well, then I guess we just have to eat them. She's like, okay. So then they make the pancakes and stuff. And then she's like, well, what do you want to do today? And he's like, oh, well, one of my friends said that they took their dad and they went out on the back roads and they threw heads of lettuce out of the back of their truck. And she's like, that sounds like some hillbilly shit.
Yeah, it sounds fucking fun. That's how much you know I'm a hillbilly. I'm like, let's do that. I'm like, Katie, I got a couple back roads. We can go throw some fucking heads of lettuce out.
Oh my God.
I'm hardcore. Like, I'm down. Let's go do it. The fucking heads of lettuce weren't so damn expensive.
She's like, I mean, and she's like, and your dad's okay with this? And he's like, yeah, he's totally down. And she's like, okay. And so then they go to the grocery store. That's when they have that interaction. And he's like, we need to buy 10. And she's like, that's like over half of the heads of lettuce. How about 5? And he's like, 7. And she's like,
negotiating.
No. She's like, I love that he's negotiating. This is hilarious. But no, we're buying 5. And so they buy 5. They like go down and do that. And then they end up, she offers to make dinner and Cade's like, absolutely not. I make dinner. Every time
this is a control thing though. Like, this is why I'm like, undiagnosed something.
Well, every time she tries to do a household chore, he's like, I'm not paying you to be a housemaid. I'm paying you to be a nanny. So just knock it off. And she's like, all right, geez. So, so she,
I kind of like it though. I'm like, cool. Like, no, I kind of get it though. So like looking back in retrospect here, if you were to date him, like that's kind of hot. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, who doesn't want like a man that's like, don't you worry, baby. I'll unload the dishwasher.
Dude, most of Cade Eaton is attractive. Other than, I love, because he's always scowling, and so then Summer was like, was it this scowl or was it that scowl?
I forgot about that.
And she's like, I don't know, he was just scowling at me. And she's like, there's different ones. And so then she spends like the next few days just like, is that one a surprise scowl or is that one like an amused scowl? Oh, that one's an angry scowl. Okay. And so she like starts learning like this like grumpy faces of Cade Eaton, which are just so funny. But so they do the head of lettuce thing. They come home and then he's like, well, what do you guys do today? And he's like, oh, nothing really. And she's like, this is. And she's like looking at him like, we did stuff today. Like, tell your dad. And he's like, we made chocolate chip pancakes. And Cade's like, okay, like that's fine, I guess. And then Willa's like, and then we threw heads of lettuce out of the back of my Jeep. And he's like, Luke, I told you we were not going to do that.
And he was like,
And Luke's like, oh. And then Willa's like, it's not okay to lie to me because that breaks our trust and it makes it not fun. And the Kate's and they're like, damn it, she's good at parenting my kid. And so he has this like, he has all these moments where he's just like, damn it, Willa. That night ends, and that is we get the first hot tub scene with them after this, where Willa walks out and Cade's already in the hot tub, and she's like, or Cade walks out and she's already in the hot tub. No. He's already in the hot tub.
He's in the
she
hot tub.
Out.
She thinks that he's not. She thinks that he's probably going to bed.
Yeah.
So she was going to go sneak in while this is where, because remember, he's like, I can get out. Like, and he's trying to like, she's like, no, because she's fucking Willa and she doesn't care. And she's hot. So isn't she in a bikini?
She's in I think she's in like a red one piece or something like that. It's nothing crazy.
Oh,
for
okay.
This
is the one like.
Yeah. So she comes out and she doesn't see him initially because it's cold outside, so there's a bunch of steam, and he's just he's like, I'm using the steam to stare at this 20-something-year-old girl. I am such a pervert. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then she sees him and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can go back inside. And he's like, it's fine. I told you can use the hot tub.
Body of a 20-year-old again. I have no fucking complaints. You could stare at me all day long if I had that body. There's just something about like men do not understand. Like, fuck off. Like, it's ridiculous.
Especially after having a kid.
Right?
Everything deflates.
It does. No clue. You're just like, God. But no, I bet you anything she was still fucking hot. Like, she was like, boop, hey, baby.
Probably.
No, I don't even know if he would care. He doesn't strike me as a superficial type.
Cade's not going to care.
No.
Cade would be like, you're more attractive because you had my baby.
Right?
Yeah.
God, dirty bastard.
To be fair, my husband did say that to me.
Not me. I didn't get that pick of the love.
But yeah, so they have that first, they kind of have like a little conversation back and forth, but it's not too much, and they eventually kind of like bump like their feet underneath the water, but that's about as far as it goes before things kind of end for the night. Time goes on, and Cade comes home one day, and they like scare him, and he like spills beer all over himself. And then there's one day where Cade comes home and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, Master Luke is mixing the sauce from what Master Luke asked or whatever. She says it in Star Wars voice. I know.
I'm trying to think of what like it was that they were doing though. Like I remember
they played Star Wars all day, and then she was making bolognese sauce for spaghetti.
That's what it was. Okay, so, I couldn't remember I was like, what
and
was
he's
the
like,
sauce?
you don't cook. And then he like looks over and she did a little laundry. And he's like, stop doing that. And she's like, dude, like chill the fuck out. Like,
yeah.
I know you have this like rah, I take care of the house thing, but I can handle doing some stuff. This kind of keeps going on. Then they have another time in the hot tub as well.
It's like the sexy moments.
The sexy
Katie's
moments.
Like, the.
They have another moment in the hot tub. Actually, no, they all go to the rail spur, don't they? No,
later.
they have dinner at Harvey's. She has like the first family dinner with Harvey.
Blowjob.
And that's when, he says he had to blow the lawn.
Oh my God.
The lawn needed a blowjob. And so everyone's dying. Luke's like, I don't know what's going on. And then Cade's like, I'll be right back. And he like walks out to the front door and she follows him and she's like, he's laughing. I've never seen this man laugh in my life. Like, what is he doing? And so then she makes a few other jokes that align with the blowjob jokes, and he's like practically crying.
Like I don't know. I would do that as a parent, but like my dad would be like, Cade, like, excuse me, I need to go outside.
And I mean, Harvey does this all throughout the series where he just makes jokes, but he very clearly knows what he's doing too, because he says things later on where you're
but sometimes I do it, and I'm like, well, I mean, it was just bad choice of words.
Yeah.
But I like, it's funny now that I've said it. I'm like, fuck it, roll with it, right? But like, I would do something like that. Like the lawn needed a blowjob because, like, think about it. Like, you have to blow the leaves. The lawn needed a blowjob. I could just see it, like the terrible wording.
She was like, "Do you think his back's sore for putting in that much work?"
I forgot about that.
And so they finished the dinner, and Bo's like, "We're going to the rail spur," and Cade's like, no, I don't want to. And then Harvey's like, it's no problem. I'll watch Luke. You guys all go out. And he's like,
that's right. I remember this.
And that is what prompts. They're all out hanging out at the rail spur. And Lance comes. And Lance is Cade's old buddy that he used to do rodeo with. And he's talking about how he's like, yeah, you should just come back, man. He's like, I don't do that anymore. Like, that's not a thing. And then Willa's listening but like pretending not to listen, and then she gets ends up having to like dance with she dances with a few of the guys and everything, and she ends up dancing with Cade as well because Cade's like, no, you're not gonna dance with me. And so
I love how these men are like, they're like, no, this is my woman. I don't know how to tell you it's my woman.
Because Lance starts coming on to her, and he's like,
no, because that's my woman. Like,
and
but she's not yet. So,
and even Lance is like, dude, you're such an asshole. Like, I just showed up here. I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, and he really wasn't. He was just kind of flirting, and she wasn't even super playing into it. And so Cade's like, we're gonna leave. And he's like, I'm gonna leave. And Willa's like, I'll go with you. And he's like, you don't have to. It's fine. You can stay here. And she's like, no, I'll go with you. It's fine. I'm ready to go home. And then that's how they end up in the hot tub that night. And he has whiskey she was already in the hot tub, and then he showed up, and then he's like, I'll leave. And she's like, no, it's your hot tub. Like, just get in.
Like, just get in the damn hot tub.
And that is the night where they start sharing whiskey, and then they start playing Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare.
Mm-hmm. And it all leads up to he dares her to sit up out of the hot tub.
I'm picturing it in my head, and I'm like, damn it.
Because he's like, she has nipple piercings. Fuck. And he can see that before she gets out of the hot tub.
Yeah, but because like it's like a thin piece of material.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, she's like thinking, oh, this one doesn't have any padding on it, so you can just see everything.
Yeah.
And then they keep kind of like, at one point they're just like sitting across from each other, passing the whiskey back and forth, and then she ends up sitting next to him, and then things get a little too serious, so then she picks Dare, and that's when he tells her to sit up on the edge of the hot tub for the rest of the time that they're in it. And then she looks down and she's like, one of my pussy lips was out. And I'm like,
this is like one of my biggest pet peeves. Otherwise, the whole story is great. But that word just is like,
this scene sticks out in my head, first of all.
So bad.
Because you have a front wedgie and you're just leaving it. You've had that before. You had it before you got out, and you knew it was there, and you weren't doing anything about it.
You knew it was there. Because it's an easy slip like this.
It's just fix it.
It takes like one quick second. It's not the same as like a butt wedgie where you gotta like get 2 fingers to pull it. It's a quick finger slide that takes about 2 seconds. And usually you do it under the water. It's very quick. Nobody ever knows you did it. It just looks like your hand moved like this.
Like, it's fine. But it's just,
she knew.
She gets up there and she's like, oh no, one of those is out, and just looks at Cade, and she's like, that's kind of embarrassing.
Like,
oh well.
Sorry, Daddy.
Oh no,
It's
I'm not.
fine.
But I'm also not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna sit here.
Dude, when you
I'm
got
like,
a little bit of whiskey, like I wonder if maybe that's what it was.
It
She
might
was
have
just
been.
like, hey.
But also like, is that attractive?
No. Sorry. But I think because we were women, maybe like if there's
not.
guys listening, is that attractive?
I'll have to ask my husband after this. Hey, if I was sitting on the edge of a hot tub,
I don't think it is.
one side out, is that hot to you?
I feel like for women, no. I feel like we would be like, ew, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not a guy. My brain is saying no. My brain is like, ugh.
I'm like, I don't know. It's just
Because it's not, I don't know. It's like you're kind of showing too much, but not enough at the same time.
It's not. I guess it's not like I don't know. I don't know what guys find
I don't
attractive
either.
when they
I'm
look
sorry,
at a
I was, like,
vagina.
not
You know?
talking. There's something about it that, I don't know. To me, they're not like super attractive to begin with. They're,
You know, when
they're
a guy-
kind of ugly already. Like I don't want to look at it anyway. It's like
In these books, when a guy says you have such a pretty pussy, what do they actually think is attractive about it?
I don't know.
I guess is my question.
I don't know. I'm over here like I don't even want to speculate. I'm like leave that one where it is.
Oh my God.
You guys can chime in all you want.
Tell
Put your
us-
comments and let's find out.
Tell us in the comments, any male who is listening,
Or,
if you were to describe
women that are into it, let
Yeah.
us know. Like
anyone who's into vaginas, tell us what is your description of a pretty pussy?
maybe when it's glistening, right?
When
It's like
it's
just glistening. I could just picture it all shiny, like glistening. That's my only thought. Like it almost like it's got glitter on it. And then you're like, yeah, that's perfect.
My glittering
I
pussy.
don't know why. Like I don't know why. I just picturing it.
Oh my
glittery.
God. Throw some glitter on it.
There's some glitter on it. It's glistening at me.
But so she's sitting up on the edge, and that's when she asks him about why he doesn't cowboy anymore.
He's
And
too busy
she-
looking at her lips. Sorry.
And he's like, I don't have time. Like Luke is my priority. The ranch is my priority. I can't do this anymore. I think he talks about Talia during this time as well. I think it's part of when he reveals some stuff because Talia is Luke's,
I'm
Luke's
trying
mom.
to think like I don't remember.
But
I need a shirt that says I don't remember.
he lies about something, and it might have been it had to have been something about him being attracted to her in some way. There was some lie he'd said during Truth or Dare, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But she ends up, when he picks Dare, she dares him to cowboy again. That will end up coming back with Lance coming back as well. So that happens, and that's kind of like another moment where they've had just like a really bonding time, and he's gotten to see her just as a person instead of just this fiery redhead that bothers him, that he's so attractive to. And he's like, not only am I super physically attracted to her, I also really enjoy her company, and this is a problem for me. So
I could see how it's a problem. Like if you're attracted, like
yeah. And so he's like, this is such a cliche that I'm like falling for the nanny, right? There's one night where Willa is playing guitar while Luke and Cade are making dinner, and she's playing for them and kind of like lightly singing and stuff. And I mean, her whole family's full of like musicians and stuff. And she'd been teaching Luke how to play, and he was like, "Oh, I want to show him." And so he leaves, and Cade ends up. They kind of end up dancing a little bit together, and then he ends up kind of like nuzzling her neck and like almost kissing her, and that's when Luke comes back, and he's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, it's so weird." And I think he even mentions that they were hugging together, like they were hugging each other like at a family dinner. He was like, they were just standing in the kitchen hugging or something like that. Like, it's just so funny.
Well, because he's 5 and he doesn't know what sex is. But he also is confused because his dad's never been affectionate with anybody.
Exactly.
So it's like a confusion. Like, why was he hugging her? Like, what is? Like, he never hugged the other nanny.
But that's their first like almost that they have. And then later, he comes home and he's just enjoying being around her so much. He's like, I just love the person that she is. And they're in the hay bale maze, and she's chasing him down and stuff. And then he ends up tracking her down, and he shoves her up against the hay bale, and that's when he kisses her. Then they like break apart, and he's like, I shouldn't have done that.
I shouldn't have done that. You gotta do it in the Cade voice. I shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that. And she's like, what do you mean we shouldn't have done that?
Oh, dude, she's definitely sexually attracted to you. She would have been like, no, if she wasn't. Or you chasing her down, and I don't know. There's certain like body language that she's like throwing.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
And this
like
is
nobody gets naked with their nipple piercings and the fucking like, oh, my pussy lip is sticking out.
my pussy lip is
That
sticking
still
out.
fucking bothers me.
Is this before or after? Willa takes Cade can't go to a birthday party until late, and so that Luke is invited to, and Willa ends up taking Luke, and Cade shows up, and Luke is just crying. He's soaking wet and bawling, and Willa's sitting in front of him, like consoling him. And he's like, "What happened?" And she's like, "That jerk pushed him into the pool." And the other
Wasn't it
moms
like
are
the
like,
birthday
it
boy?
was the birthday boy.
Little
And so
dick.
and held him underwater. And so Willa's livid. Cade's just like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then the other moms are being like bitches about stuff. And
Yeah.
she says something, or she says that was not okay. And she's like telling the birthday boy, and she's like, they're like, "Don't talk to my kid." And
Especially like that, right? Like they were like,
Yeah.
don't talk to my kid like that.
And then Cade's watching this whole thing, and then she walks up and she hip bumps the birthday boy into the pool and is like, "Let's go." And Cade's like, "I love this bitch." He's like, she's just defending him. And I think they have another like kind of almost during that night, but I can't remember. Fast forward, she's driving Luke, and he says his stomach's upset, and then he ends up throwing up all over her car. She ends up like cleaning him up and taking care of him all day, and they end up falling asleep in Cade's bed. And she's like, "I'm sorry, he just wanted to lay in your bed, and it's the closest to the bathroom because you have an ensuite." So I'm like, "I'm sorry, we're in here." And he's like, "It's fine. Like, you guys are here." In his head, he's like, "Damn, she looks good in my bed." And then he's like, "I'll just sleep in Luke's room. It's okay." So she takes care of him, and first when she got the call from the school that he was sick, she was like, or from school.
It was
was
the
it
school. Yeah. Because
Um,
she was concerned why he didn't get the call.
Yeah. Because he didn't hear his phone because he was out.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "I don't know what to do. Like, I could mess this up." And he's like, "Just give him some Tylenol, take him home.
Yeah.
I will come home as soon as I can, but you've got this." And having that like real confidence in her is like a cool like difference from what we started out with Cade.
Yeah.
Is having full complete confidence in what she's going to be able to do. And so she does a really good job taking care of him, breaks his fever, all this kind of stuff. She ends up getting sick, and he takes care of her. Like he even he changes her into one of his shirts, but he like intentionally doesn't look at her when he's helping her change and all this stuff. He pulls her hair back with a scrunchie, like all this kind of stuff. Takes really good care of
And then
her.
he goes and cleans her damn Jeep because his son threw. In my head, I was like, okay, we did the love language one before, so my brain was like, oh my god, I think I'm in love with Cade. Like, I was like, this is so my kind of a guy. Like, I don't give a shit. Scowl at me.
I know.
Clean my shit and I'm down.
I'm like, I don't know if I could handle how moody Cade is, but damn, like the acts of service, like he really
Oh my
shows
god,
up
I'm just
and-
like, dude, you can show up any day of the week to my house. Wouldn't I just love somebody to just even do my fucking laundry? Like, that's
Right.
not even that big of a deal, but for me it's like so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cade cleans all that up, and then she ends up getting sick. She's actually laying on the couch with Luke, and he's like, I think his breath smelled like something he was eating or something, and she was just like, I can't do this. So she like runs off, throws up and everything, and Cade's like, just sleep in my room. It's right next to the bathroom, all this kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
she
because
wakes
at this
up.
point, his bedroom is infected.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, only one side of the house. This
Yeah.
is when you start locking people. You're on this side of the house, I'll be on this side of the house.
Yeah, and she recovers after like a day or so
Yeah.
of throwing up, and she wakes up in his bed, and she's like, I can go, and she asks him to stay, and he's like, I don't think that's a good idea, and she's like, just stay. And so he's sitting there talking for a while, and then she does end up kind of propositioning him, and he rejects her again, and she's like, how many times am I going to allow myself to get rejected by this guy?
Too. Like, there's too many. Like, it's hard. The first time you're like, okay, I get it. The second time you're like, damn. The third or fourth time you're like, ouch.
Yeah, because the first time is they almost kiss in the kitchen.
Yep.
Then they actually do kiss. Then she's like, okay, we should fuck, and he's like, no.
Yeah,
And then she's
yeah.
like, hey, we should fuck, and he's like, no. And she's like, I'm gonna give up. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point at this point? And so,
But he's showing all the signs to like, hey, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The shit that he's doing is definitely like signaling like, yes. So it's fucking like, I get her, like, I'm confused.
it's so frustrating. They end up going to Cade's first rodeo thing that he does.
Yeah.
She's so excited for Cade, and afterwards Cade's being all weird and like it's closed off because he just turned her down, and he's like Lance invites him out, and Lance invites her out, and she's like, no, it's okay. He's like, no, you should go. You should go.
Yeah. This is one of those confusing moments where you're like, what the fuck, dude? Everything in your body is telling me yes, then your words are fucking saying no. So fuck you, I'm going. Like this is how I react.
That's basically how she does. She's like, fuck you, I'm going, whatever. She's like, I look hot, I borrowed someone's boots, I'm going out. And so she's like, she goes and she dances, and she's like, this is fine, but it's not who I want to be out with, right?
Yep.
So she comes home, and Cade is drinking out on the porch, waiting for her to come home, and she's like,
oh, bitch that doesn't know how to say his feelings. God.
And Cade
Good thing he's fucking hot. That's all I can say.
I know.
She did it on purpose. She made every woman just like, Cade.
And she's like, seriously, you're going to just sit out here and wait? And he's like, you could have woken up Luke. And she's just like, what? And she's like, I'm not going to do that. Like, and then he ends up slipping that Luke is actually with Harvey.
Yep.
And she's like, so Luke's not even here.
Nope.
But you wanted to wait up to make sure I wouldn't wake up
Yes,
Luke.
because that's chivalry is not dead in that family. God.
And then they start
I need
arguing.
to go wherever this farm is and go farm me one of these boys.
Like, how do I get a Chestnut Springs guy? They start arguing, and then she finally, he says, if you keep saying that, or if you keep talking like that, I'll give you something for your mouth, something else for your mouth to do, or something like that.
Yep.
And she's just like looks at him and drops to her knees and opens her mouth, and he's like, fuck, and then like, and that's when the blowjob on the porch happens. Yep. And that, like, I've told you this before when we first read this book. That scene is ingrained in my brain from this because like, damn Willa Grant going for it.
I could see myself doing it, but like I would really have to know that like this was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this boy is like, or this man
This
is definitely
man.
like, I think I would want to do it just so fucking do it. Like that thing's probably like the size of our fucking microphones. It's like, damn, like I want to see it. Like, I'm sorry. You got a big fucking dick to talk the way he talks to her. Like, yeah, everything in me is like, let's do it. Let's do it.
This was another one of those books where I was like, yep.
Lollipop,
yep.
lollipop.
Lollipop.
I'm telling you, dude.
What was I going to say?
She was going to say she can't stop thinking about lollipops.
I can't. It's just stuck on this freaking scene. Anyways, she blows him, and then they go inside, and she's like, this is happening.
Doesn't Harvey see them? Who sees them?
No, nobody sees them.
No. Rhett does. Remember? Because he talks shit about it later. He's like, remember the porch scene? I swear he does.
I don't remember, but it might be true. Rhett.
Does he see them, or does Cade let it slip on the porch? Something happens. Somehow Rhett knows because Rhett makes comments about it. Because that whole family's and the farm is big, but it's not that fucking big. Okay, like it's no. Let me rephrase. The farm is big. I think the housing is closer.
Yeah, they're all close by.
Like, but that's for convenience, not to be like. It's like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because I remember Rhett saying something.
There's something that definitely Rhett knows that he makes fun of them for.
That he makes a comment about.
So then they end up in Willa's bedroom, and that's when he looks at the brass line again and is like, now he crosses it. And he says, she starts trying to talk to him again. And he's like, you're going to shut up. You're not going to say anything else, because she like nervous talks. And she
100% do that.
And she like fills everything with humor. So he's like, we're not fucking joking.
Yep.
And he's like, anytime you speak now is just going to be to thank me.
I forgot about that.
And then he like they have their marathon sex scene as what happens in Elsie Silver books.
Which actually, her sex scenes don't bother me.
No, they're good.
They're like hot and bothering. They don't bother me in the sense. Some of them, you're like, okay, get through it.
Yeah, we're not getting like the 25 or 45-minute brimstone sex scene in this.
Yeah,
they feel like a good length for what we have.
Yes.
And I also feel like Elsie Silver sprinkles in smut the right amount. Like they are, some of them are more smut heavy depending on the characters, but they feel appropriate for the relationships they're in. And so I don't know. I really like the way she writes. But that is the final like straw that breaks the camel's back is that night with Lance, and it's like, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, it's like the cowboy hat situation all over again. Like, how dare you?
It totally is. It's just
when my woman. I don't know how to tell you it's my woman.
They finally just give in. And they start like sleeping together and being together, and they
and Luke is starting to catch on.
Luke is just loving the fact that she's there, and she feels
but he
like
kind
a
of
mom
like
to him.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like he's kind of got that like dad's finally like showing somebody affection.
Yeah. Because we find out that Luke was conceived with Talia, and Talia at the time had said she was on birth control, and Cade didn't know like if it was a birth control failure or what it was at the time. They start planning.
This is why you don't be silly and wrap your willy.
I like how we're giving advice now.
I'm sorry.
We haven't.
It just bothers me. I'm like, don't trust these women.
We'll do at the end of every episode. The moral to this story is wear a condom.
Wear a condom.
In Deep End, I'm like, you can still get an STD. And look, I brought up Deep End. Yay!
Oh my God.
I managed to do it.
She can only do it in love stories. I'm just letting you guys know. If we do fantasy, it's harder.
It's harder to work Deep End. Anyways, they start planning Luke's birthday
I'm sure
party.
he's still good. I can't fucking. I'm sorry. I can't stay on topic. Cut this shit. All right, go.
So they end up planning Luke's birthday. Willa's like super involved in it. Like she went and bought, like she took him to the party store. They bought plates, and he wanted the poop emoji.
Yes,
the poop emoji plates
poop
and stuff.
emoji.
And it was like a whole thing. And the big deal about this is that Talia shows up every year for his birthday.
wasn't he kind of like before they start planning it, wasn't he like, you're not invited?
No, she was texting saying, can you reschedule it to a different time?
No. Wasn't he telling Willa she wasn't invited? Didn't that how that kind of started? And then he was like, no.
I
swear.
Willa was always invited. No, Talia kept contacting him.
No, he just brought up that Talia was coming.
Yeah.
And he was giving her
He was
warning.
warning it.
I don't know why I was thinking he was uninviting her slightly, kind of. Because I guess maybe that's because that's his personality. So my brain was thinking, obviously, I haven't read this book in a hot minute. Don't kill me.
Talia kept contacting saying, can you move the party because it's inconvenient for me? And he's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Person.
Fuck you. You barely show up
Yeah.
when this happens. Half the time you don't show up. So like, fuck off. They throw the party. Talia shows up, and Willa's like, I can't handle this. And she's like she's touching up all over Cade, and Willa's like seeing like just red the whole time. And she comes up, and Talia's like, birth control, no birth control, who knows? So she's like, you tricked him into sticking around by getting pregnant. Like, are you freaking kidding me? That just angers her. And so she ends up in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
This is another scene that's ingrained in my brain. She ends up in the kitchen, and she's pouring herself some white wine, and Cade's like, what's wrong? And she's like, I cannot believe that is like, she's like, she was touching you, and she was doing all this stuff, and she's like, birth control, no birth control. Who the fuck is she to do that? And just like, Luke obviously was very uncomfortable with her being there.
Which is sad, dude. Your child should fucking, I don't know. I'm just glad that my like family is not that fucked up, even though I sometimes worry.
Yeah, it just,
your child should not dislike you to the point where they don't even want to, like, you're there and they're like,
yeah, he was like hanging on to Willa the whole time. He was very uncomfortable.
because that's mom. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if she is the fucking
It's a true
nanny.
maternal figure for him.
Right?
This is where we get the panties come back in, because all throughout this book, Willa has every morning been like,
he like realize she's not wearing panties? Is that how this one goes?
Yes. So I think he had told her not to wear panties.
Oh, okay. I can't remember how exactly the no panties thing happens.
I can't remember, but I know there's multiple times where he does tell her not to wear panties. Also, throughout the book, because he had said to give him updates, like the first day she's like, well, put on my panties. And like the one of the first things she had told him was like, I'll be ready for inspection in the morning. And he's like, don't fucking say that to me.
I'm sorry. Like, that's great.
And so she would be like, panties are on, good. Luke went pee, we're good. And so the panties are a constant thing that she would tell him about. So then when they start kind of almost courting, when he's still being like his distant thing, he started leaving her like sticky notes, like, oh, I left you coffee, I did this kind of thing for you. And then when they are together, he's like, no panties, like, and stuff. So she's wearing a sundress. I can't remember if he was told her not to, or she just made that choice. I don't
remember, but I remember him like touching her, like down her, like,
yeah, he like went up the dress,
and then realized she wasn't, and was like, and then isn't this when he remembers he has panties and pulls the drawer open?
So she's still like anxiety talking about this whole thing because she's so pissed. And
this is like, me though. I think this is every fucking female though, to be honest.
And he's
like, very few women I know that aren't like when they're like,
Yeah. Yeah, so she's all hyped. She won't shut up. And he's like, Willa, shut up. And he grabs the panties out of the kitchen drawer because he never got rid of them. Oh, that was what he lied about. During Truth or Dare,
I knew
he
there
lied
was
about
something.
throwing the panties
Yes,
away. He said, I threw them away because she's like, where are my panties? And he's like, in the garbage. And so
in
he
the
lied
kitchen
about
drawer?
them. In the kitchen drawer that I never got rid of because I can't get myself to get rid of it. So he shoves the panties in her mouth and then fucks her. And then
I'm telling you, that's hot. That's hot. Like,
And then-
but it's hot in fantasy. I don't know if I would be okay with that.
she's like just in the middle of the kitchen
know,
while
like-
the kid's birthday party's still going on.
I don't think I would be, but I mean, like,
And she's like,
because I'd be real pissed if somebody walked in and we had to stop. I'd be like, damn it, like we were doing something.
well, I think
I think this is my problem with these sex scenes is that like, what if like one of the kids walked in, like, okay, you can still look like you're cuddling, but you have to break apart. And I'm
she's
telling
laying
you, there's
on
like
the counter.
No. You can still be, I'm getting hugged, okay? You can still be like, Daddy's just hugging her. She's rubbing her back, right? But
Daddy's just railing her on the counter.
But I'm just saying, like, the breaking apart would be, or you could quickly break apart. Like, obviously, the dress is going to fall back. Like, and she could just be like, I was grabbing something and Daddy was helping me try to reach it. He was giving me a little extra room. I don't know how the pants on the floor. I didn't think about that.
I don't know how far Cade's
I don't know. I didn't even, I was just thinking like a little ass crack. Like, some guys are real good at just like
It
the
might
little,
be
like,
that. It
the
might
little,
be-
like, swoop down.
It'd
Like,
be like a impromptu
I
summer
would be
romance where
worried
she's
that
like,
my dick would get caught in the fucking zipper. I don't know. Maybe because we're girls, we're not like.
I guess so. Well, it's like in problematic summer romance where it was like Connor didn't take his underwear off. He just like hooked it down underneath his balls.
I don't get that. Okay, I guess we're not
Just take it
guys.
off.
We're not guys. We don't know. Maybe that's comfortable.
I'm like, I guess I know you're like
I'm
really
crying,
wanting to
laughing
get
so
inside
hard.
her, but like just take your pants off. Like you're
my
already
God.
in your underwear. Just take them all the way off.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
that's a different book.
We brought up Ultima books in this way. Katie's gonna loop deep in that again.
Let's see, where can I bring in deep end? But no, so they do that, and then he finished, and she's like, "I need to go get cleaned up," and he said, "No, you're gonna walk out there with my cum dripping down
I'm
your leg."
sorry. That one actually bothers me because I don't like the. Yeah, I was like, I don't like the feeling of that shit like plopping out of you.
No, it's just like, okay, anytime in books where they fuck her, pull out, and then step back, and then they like just take their finger and shove it back inside. I'm like, like, don't you? Just like get a wash rag or something, clean it up.
Right?
Like, gross.
Everything in me is dying right now. I'm like, I don't have words. I'm like trying to think it out. I'm like, I'm like trying to think of something positive, and I was like, all I want to do is gag right now.
God, so gross. And they finish out the birthday party, and then we end up.
She leaves early, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't leave. Oh, Talia leaves early.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Talia stomps off because she's like annoyed that.
Yeah, well, she probably smells sex on them. She's like, oh, how dare
like,
she?
gross.
How dare she win him? I didn't want him, but I want him to want me.
Yeah. Then they have their every year they do a big family thing where they round up the cows and they do the vaccinations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think Violet might actually be in town for that.
Yeah, I thought she came in because doesn't she have to like, isn't it like a whole thing and they have like a party afterwards?
Yeah. So, and
Because
Jasper.
doesn't Jasper come home?
Yeah, Jasper's always like, he's not getting on a horse because he's quote unquote not supposed to. I'm saying all in air quotes.
I know. I
everyone
was
listening
like
on Spotify.
laughing as you're saying it. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
He's not going to get on a horse, but he always gets on a horse every year and participates. He's like already there. Cade ends up getting injured. He smacks, his hand gets crushed in between a bull and, or just a cow and the.
And this is how we see
fence.
Winter again.
Yes. So his hand gets broken, and so Willa takes him into the hospital in Chestnut Springs, and that's when we run into Winter, and we find out that Winter
Lost the baby.
lost the baby.
This is when we lose the baby, but then we get Winter's actual POV. Correct? This is the right story?
Yeah. So Winter, we find out lost the baby,
But
and she's in the process.
She doesn't
of
talk
separating.
to Summer, so Summer doesn't know any of this, but her and Willa used to be friends, so they kind of...
Willa is Summer's best friend, and Willa's just trying to bridge the gap because
I thought they were friends when
think they
Summer
were
was in the
friendly.
hospital. I thought they were not like besties, but like, you know how you're comfortable with somebody. Like, I thought they were like friends.
I think they were friendly. Like and Willa knew that Winter used to sneak in.
Yeah,
to
because
visit
doesn't
Summer.
she tell her to call or to text Summer back?
Yes,
Doesn't she like tell your sister you're still alive or some shit like that?
Yeah, she's like, please reach out to her. She's trying really hard.
See, I always think that I'm Summer and that my sister's Winter in this story, but I know I'm fucking Winter. But my sister's the cold-hearted bitch that I would have to be like, hey. But like, I guess I kind of get it. Now my sister's gonna watch this and be like, fuck you. And just so you know, I use the F word just for you if you do watch this.
But we meet Winter there, and she lost the baby. She's also in the process of separating from Rob, and she's taking shifts at Chestnut Springs in order to get away from him, basically.
Yeah, but I thought she wasn't doing that with Rhett. They ended up at a hospital that Winter was at with Rhett. Is that how that went down?
Yes.
Because I was thinking like
they went
she was
into
already
the city with Rhett because they were at the rodeo.
I was thinking that she was already taking shifts, so I was like, why are you telling them this?
Yeah.
But now I get it.
But they're at the small hospital in Chestnut Springs, or just outside of it, whatever.
Yeah, it's only like a couple hours away from the city. It's like enough to get away, but still be close enough.
Yeah, it's just a little rural, small community hospital that she's working at. And she honestly, like, Willa's like in her head, like, she probably took the job to be close to Winter or Summer, even though she, isn't saying it. It's just to have
that's what I'm saying. That's why I always picture her being like my sister.
Yeah.
Because my sister's like that. She won't say things, but she'll do things. So you're like, oh, she's loving me because she's... Again, if you're watching this, I don't know if she watches. I'm like, but here, we'll find out. Right?
We'll find out when you get the text
she's
message.
watching. We'll be like, oh, look it. I'll have to update you guys and be like,
in February when you get the text message for it.
Let you know.
But yeah, so then Willa is talking about how because Winter makes a comment about how they're always synced up on their cycles or whatever, and then Willa's like, I don't remember when she's like, I was due for my period, and I know Summer's had hers because she's talked about how much pain she's been in and stuff. And she's like, oh no. So while Cade's getting all taken care of, Winter ends up finding a pregnancy test for her, and she takes it, and it comes back positive.
This is a hospital. Go get a pee cup.
I know. Well, that's what Winter's like. I'll go run it for you.
Oh, I was like looking at you, like, girl, we know how this works.
It's in Willa's POV. She's like, she scrounged up a pregnancy test, but it's like they're all around.
I know, that's why I'm confused. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like staring at you like, what?
Yeah, Winter ran.
I guess I do remember
did a pregnancy
that,
test for her. And then she's like, I have to tell Cade. Like, I can't just not tell him. And they're driving home, and Cade can tell something's wrong because she's just not talking at all.
I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, that's rough. Mm-hmm. Like, because you don't really know where this is going. Like, this was just like...
And again, she told Cade she was on birth control. And she was.
I mean, that doesn't mean shit. We all know that.
No, I know that. But
that's why I said, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
But she just had that conversation with Talia.
I know, with Talia, that like the whole like birth control. No birth control. Maybe that fucker's just got sperm of steel and he's like, bam, 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 through like any wall. Like, who fucking knows? That shit doesn't die. It just keeps going.
I think Talia lied about being on birth control.
I do too.
And then Willa threw up her birth control.
I do.
So
I agree. I'm just saying.
As fertile as Cade Eaton appears to be, I think he also had some help with the fact that
he's like, bam, bam, bam,
bam, bam, bam.
He's like little steels, like, rah.
They're like, we got this. It's like little warriors coming out.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. Yeah.
So she's being very quiet. He's like, something's wrong. She parks and she's like, I just have to rip the Band-Aid off. Like, I have to tell him. And she's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, okay. And he doesn't say anything. And she's like doing something, sifting through her purse. And then is
there a fucking orange?
There's a carrot.
There's
a carrot. And he's like, why is there a carrot in your purse? And she's like, I just told you I'm pregnant. And the thing you're worried about is there's a carrot in my purse?
I would have been the same way with him, though. I would have been him, though. Like, focusing on anything but the thing in front of me.
Yeah.
Like,
so he completely froze, and he's just like, and she's like, I'm gonna sleep at the main house because we need time to figure this out, because clearly you're not okay with this.
He's not okay with it. Like, that's a big thing that she has to deal with. That's a big thing he had to process.
It's a huge
like, you both have to process this. This is not like, I don't know, bringing a child in the world is, I mean, it's easy to do, which is crazy, but it's not an easy thing to process.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the fact, if you're not planning for it, the fact that you're not going to have a life that you have to deal with.
Especially when you're on birth control and your brain's like,
everything's fine.
Yeah.
And a million things are running through Willa's head, right? Because she's like, I just had this conversation with Talia, and now he's going to think that I'm trapping him.
Yeah.
So she's like, and in all reality, he didn't have much choice in what he did with his life. His mom died early. His dad was struggling to take care of his brothers and him, so he stepped up to be a dad, and then had to take over the ranch eventually. He accidentally got someone pregnant.
That bitch was
Talia.
No, she was
intentionally
hardcore,
tried
intentionally
to trap
trying
him.
to trap him.
Yeah, by getting. So then at that point, you have a kid. And the mother of your child completely ditched out. You're a single dad. Like, that is all your life is. You don't have another choice because that life depends on you. Everything revolves around Luke.
Yes.
And so he hasn't had choices. So she's like, I'm not going to be the one to take away your choices. If I'm not the person you want to be with and you don't want this child, I'm not going to force you into this. But you have to stop and make a decision yourself.
Yes.
And you need to take actual time to think about it. Because then he tells her, I don't need time. Because she ends up going to the main house, stays in the bedroom she had stayed in the one night or whatever. I think it's Summer's old room or whatever. Yeah. Harvey totally is just like, yep, do what you need. And then Cade shows up because he's like,
he fucking loves people. He's like, come be I'll save you.
Cade's like, what am I doing? I need to go over there. So he shows up and Harvey's like, I see you came to your senses, you idiot. And he's like,
it only took him like 10 minutes. His dad's such a jerk. It was like 10 minutes he had to like ponder.
Yeah, he's like, why is she here? Like, what's going on? And she's like, he's pregnant. And he's like, you have a breeding kink.
Fuck. I forgot about that.
Harvey's he's like,
I forgot about that. Just the term alone just kills me.
He's like, I don't want to hear you say that.
No.
At all. No. And I hate that you even know what that is.
I mean...
He's like, do you not know what birth control is? Did I raise you poorly to where you don't know what a condom is? And he's like, I don't want to talk about this.
Willy. That's going to be my intro for the rest of the freaking show.
Honestly, for most of these Elsie Silver books,
I know, but this one's condoms. Perfect. Like,
and Harvey's just like, dude, what is happening? And so he ends up drinking for a little bit, and then Willa, he goes up and sits outside of Willa's door and falls asleep because Harvey's like, you love her. Like, there's no reason that you should be having any issues with it. He's like, I don't have an issue with it. She's who we want to be with. And he's like, well, then go get her, Because he kept saying, I'm going to throw her over my shoulder. I'm going to just take her home. And he ends up falling asleep. And then he wakes up.
He does it on purpose, though. Like, he falls asleep in front of her door.
Yeah, he falls asleep in front of her door. And then he wakes up with a thud because he falls back. And she's like, what are you doing here? She's like, do you sleep
being the fucking perfect man? Oh my God. Like, every girl and her mama is like, Cade. If they did a show about this, I'd be fucked. I'd be like, oh my God, Katie. Yep. I'm dying inside.
So good. Well, they do. They have there's a deal to make
I don't want to watch it.
But who are they going to cast as Cade?
There's nobody in the fucking world that is that fucking, I'm sorry. And if here's one I'm going to be butthurt about. If they cast somebody and it's not who I picture, I'm going to be fucking livid. Yeah. And they better make him bulk up, whoever the fuck it is. Yeah. He better bulk the fuck up.
He better look like a real rancher.
And we're not talking those like skinny rancher boys. We're talking like the AI version of what they fucking... Is it the AI or did somebody hand draw him? The fucking version they have on the internet better be what you guys...
okay, like, the pictures of Cade are actual people that I usually see that people are like Pinterest board. Like, this guy I think is Cade.
Better fucking find an actor that looks like the Pinterest board that Katie shows me. Because I'll tell you.
Oh my God.
I thought there was a hand-drawn one that you showed me when we were at work.
Of Cade? I don't know.
Yeah, black hat, black shirt, rippling fucking muscles, the thighs of a fucking that just look like they could crack a walnut. Over here like, girl, I'm about to die from... I'm just thinking of his legs just like suffocating me and my whole body.
Just come starts like, I just need a rancher to come suffocate me with his thighs.
Dude, oh my God. The way you ride a horse is what I want you to do to me.
Let's update your dating profiles. I want a rancher to come and suffocate me with his thighs.
Oh my God. The way you ride a horse, I want you to ride me. I saw one the other day. There was on my profile popped up a rancher that was riding a horse, and I was like, my only problem is I don't like horses. Okay, I can't do ranchers. I don't think you're gonna get a rancher because I don't fucking like horses. So like, I was like scrolling through, I was like, damn, oh my God. But then I was like, I could do everything but fucking the horses. I don't like animals like that. I don't like cows. I don't like... I'm a hardcore... Like, I'll go on the ranch, and I'll be a ranch bunny. But
I'll be a bunny for a little bit.
That's a hot minute. But I don't want to do... Don't get me on a horse. Don't put me near a horse. Cows even fucking give me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, my God.
The city girl in me is like... Ugh. The manure doesn't bother me, but I'm telling you, no, that I'm already like, it's already bothering me. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Off topic.
So Willa ends up sitting in the hallway with him, and they have a conversation. She's like, and he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "You haven't said that until now."
Yeah.
So like,
it's not fair though to like. This one bothers me. Okay, because he probably has loved her all along. Probably wanted to say it, but their relationship was still building.
Yeah.
So like, didn't we have this conversation in another podcast where men usually know before the women do? So he's known since day one he's loved her.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So I get her fucking little crybaby situation because she's 20. But like, I don't know. She's old enough to fucking have a child. Like none of this. It just bothers me. I get why Elsie Silver did it, but I'm just saying.
yeah.
Some of it is a little too cliche for me. To be like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a romance. It needs a third act breakup, right?
It's only supposed to have a second act.
Yeah. It just has to be in the second act so I can get it over with. And so they have that conversation where she's like, I need you to make a choice, but take time to actually think about what your options are because I know you're not doing that quite yet.
Right.
And so she ends up going back to the city. She sees her doctor. She gets the blood test done. She takes 20 pregnancy tests. Like Summer comes and visits her, and they end up making cookies because Summer's like, I'll bring champagne. And she's like, I'm not going to be drinking champagne for about 9 months. And she's like, oh shit. So she shows up and kind of supports her and stuff, and then she does end up coming back to Chestnut Springs, and he's putting in the sidewalk because Harvey tripped that one time on the uneven ground. So he's putting in the sidewalk, and Luke's like, oh my God, Willa, you're back. He's like, you gotta come see. She's like, I'm gonna talk to your dad for a little bit, okay? And he's like, yeah, no problem, but can we show you what we made here first? And she walks over, and it's like multiple hearts or whatever with their initials in it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's really sweet, but my initials are WG. And he's like, my dad said not for long.
I love that he's like, I knew he just spills the fucking beans.
Yeah.
Dad has no clue. What I love about Cade Eaton, which bothers me only slightly because he reminds me of my father in this aspect, which is kind of like, ugh. But my dad's the same way. So my dad like doesn't handle that shit well. So he's like, well, I'll give her space, but I'm going to go fix something for the next fucking 5 hours to give her space. But when I'm done fixing what I'm fixing, you better be ready for me. It was like kind of his attitude.
Yeah.
Which my dad's a real man's man. So maybe that's why I have a fucking issue with like, you're too weak for me. I need a man that looks like my dad. Acts like my dad. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the problem, right? Like women are trained to be like, well, you're going to be like, look, did you see how he treated me? Fucking
exactly.
He shoveled the snow for me, motherfucker. Like, yeah. So it's like a weird, but I loved it because he was like, when I finish this fucking sidewalk, I'm going to go get her and fucking throw her over my shoulder and bring her home.
Exactly. He says that multiple times. We're going to throw her over my shoulder. I'm going to take her home.
Dude, you can throw me over your shoulder. You should.
Whatever you
I
want,
would be
Cade
like,
Eaton.
whatever, I'm kicking and screaming. I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's when they finally, she's like, he actually wants me. He chooses me. And and she's like, with my future initials there, he has that much belief in us. And that's when they finally like actually
because concrete can't be broken apart and fucking. I think it's a stone, right? Like the stone can't be lifted out and removed. Sorry, I'm such a Debbie Downer.
You're like,
I'm like,
I'll just
whatever.
get a crowbar, bop it out.
Such a Debbie Downer. My next wife will go here. Sorry,
but
I'm not a love story person. Can you tell? I'm like, how dare you have love?
And we get to see the end of that book is, well, the end of the book before the epilogue is they go to his rodeo and they end up winning and stuff. And she's like so excited. She's like 3 months pregnant. She's just stoked. And then we get to the epilogue where Emmy is born.
Yeah.
And so
I'm like so excited and I love the name.
Emmy's
like,
so
oh my
cute.
God, it's such a cute name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Willa and Cade. And I have to say, after going through the audiobook again, I've done through Powerless so far on the audiobooks. And
something about the voices.
Powerless still is my favorite, but yeah, this one, like, I liked Heartless on a read through, but oh my God, this is so much better on an audiobook too. Like,
is this Teddy Hamilton?
No, Teddy Hamilton is Jasper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
The
don't know
guy
why,
who
but I
does
didn't love that one as much as I love Teddy Hamilton's voice,
Yeah.
and he's even as Jasper's like, holy fuck. But there's something about this
The
one
guy
that
who
was
did
like
Cade Eaton was fantastic.
something about it that
I
was
wonder.
just.
Let me pull it up so we can give him proper props because I also really liked the girl who did Willa. They were both pretty awesome. It was Stephen Dexter and Vanessa Edwin. So props to you guys.
Good job.
Yeah, they did a great job. I really liked them. And it wasn't the guy who did Rhett. I really had a hard time every time he was voicing Summer. It was just like, It was gross.
So funny. I actually wasn't bothered until Katie brought it up.
I didn't like the girl. I not that I don't like the voice actor who did Summer. I like her in other books, but I did not feel like she was appropriate for Summer or like made sense for me for Summer. But these two were like perfect. So love that. So what would you rate Heartless?
4.5.
Yeah, I give it 5. I'm an easy rater. But
yeah, so am I. I'm definitely an easy rater. I guess like the reason there was many of times where I was like, Katie, this is like my dad. So there was like things.
This is a little uncomfy for me.
I want to be attracted to him. Yeah, I guess like it wasn't like, I don't know. I think it rated it probably. I probably rated this one higher than I'm hoping
Then Reckless or Flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't love Flawless nearly as much.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten through Beau's story yet, so I'm hoping. I'm not hating that. I'm just, love stories are harder for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a serial killer that.
Or like some fantasy
murdered.
other stuff going on.
Fantasy doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something that like throws me out of the whole like, and then they got back together. I'm just like, life's not that simple. Wish it was.
Alrighty. Well, that was our coverage of Heartless. We will continue going through the Chestnut Spring series through this year. If you have anything you'd like to comment and let us know if this is your favorite book, if you love Cade Eaton as much as we do, please let us know. Or if you don't, please let us know. I'd love to hear people's experiences with the Chestnut Spring series because I think out of her series, it's probably her most famous or most popular. Rose Hill probably competes with it. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. If you are watching on YouTube, I will throw up a slide so you can see where you can follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one.